Wow, it was a really interesting climate back in the 70s. You know, it was bittersweet. We speaking about like mid 1970s. You know, the war in Vietnam had just ended, so you had a lot of brothers returning from the war. You know, a lot of wounded individuals that we saw. This is the first time we really saw the impact that the war in Vietnam had with the returning soldiers. So we had the war in Vietnam had just ended, and we had a serious gang problem back then too. You know, I grew up in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. And you know, there was a lot of gangs at that time that were at war with each other. You know, we had the Jolly Stompers in Crown Heights and East Flatbush, the Tomahawks and Unknown Riders out in Brownsville, the Pure Hells in Bed-Stuy. And it was a lot of negativity. You know, people getting hurt. No one was getting murdered, but there was a lot of robberies going on and stabbings and things of that nature. And at the same time, the music was good and it produced the balance. So despite the violence that was going on, you know, the music of that era was like really good. You know, it was good love songs. You know, there still was a sense of brotherly love to a degree, and it started to just gradually change. But I look at it, like I said, a bittersweet time. As time went on, things changed and got better to a degree. And I'll say that transition took place in January 1977, when that great miniseries Roots came on. And it seems like when Roots aired for that week in January, it brought about a change almost overnight within our community. And a lot of individuals that was once warring with each other, they grew into a consciousness, and they realized that, you know, they learned a history, or they got a glimpse at a history that they had never been taught before. And it brought about an awakening in so many people across, not only in New York, but around the country. And it's very apparent at that time. So a lot of young brothers and sisters start to gravitate towards living a righteous way of life, as we say. They changed their names, they changed their diets. A lot of sisters took off the tight pants and started wearing, as we call, refinement. And it was a really good time at that point. You know, the spirit of brotherly love was in the air during that time period. So very positive at that point.